Let's talk about the Twitch Adpocalypse. We talked about this a couple weeks ago when Devin Nash and Pirate Software had some discourse about this. There was some speculation that advertisers were pulling back. So obviously, Twitch needs to address that. Twitch CEO addresses Adpocalypse and explains why streamers are making less. Let's see what Dan Clancy has to say.
Yeah, there's been a lot of confusion around this recently. And it is the fact that a big thing that we need to do with advertisements is make sure we're running ads against content that the advertisers want their content run against. For a period of time, there were a number that were expressing concerns around being shown up near sensitive subjects in politics. And so we had reduced the ads there. And then so some people that were doing stuff around politics and sensitive social issues may have seen a reduction because some of the advertisers, we weren't running the ads there. And then in some other categories, some advertisers may have adjusted. One thing that happened was then other streamers would look at their dashboard and they didn't understand that their dashboard for ads is delayed 2 days because they didn't usually look at their dashboard. And so they'd look at their dashboard and then they would make some statements as, I didn't get any ads for the last 2 days. And it's like, no, that's because you weren't looking at the dashboard. Other folks such as Pirate Software has come out and talked about how he has not seen any reduction in his ads. So I think there's a lot of confusion. It's absolutely the case that certain content does affect your ads, and our advertisers at times adjust their controls in terms of the content that they want to see. In general, we have not seen this big shift.
I think that's well said. Not just maybe confusion, but maybe some misinformation as well. There's a lot of things that people can say on Twitter, but there's no there's nothing really guaranteed here. And we've seen a lot of creators not experience anything. So
basically what it boils down to is Twitch added a new tag about politics. These creators that had some issues were doing politics. This was right around the election. The new content classification label, CCL is what it's called, went out about a week or so before the election. You have that tag on, you're definitely going to see decreased revenue. I know I did. And that's okay because advertisers can and should be able to choose what content they advertise on. This is very, very standard. Brands have different tolerances for what they want their brand associated with. Politics can be very divisive, and it is not abnormal to have less advertiser interest in certain content classification labels. I know that the existence of the tag drew a lot of criticism because sensitive social issues can be very passionate, and some people equated this to, oh well, if I'm gay and I'm talking about a gay cause or fundraiser or issue for 10 minutes of my stream, do I have to turn this on? And that's not the case. It's more so if it becomes the focus of your stream, then you should turn that on. It's standard on YouTube. It's been around, having a tag for politics and stuff like that has been around on YouTube. This isn't necessarily a new revelation. In November 2024, streamers like Pirate Software explained that broadcasters who label their content as sexual or political were likely seeing a drop in ad revenue. An Adpocalypse suggests that a lot of advertisers are dropping out and ad revenue is decreasing significantly for creators because ad rates would decrease if there's less competition. There hasn't been enough evidence to support the claim of an adpocalypse. I think that adding the political tag was overdue. Twitch should literally have just seen what are the ways that YouTube categorizes videos for warnings. Let's just take those and put them on Twitch. Essentially how content classification labels work, I'll show you here, right? As you're setting your title, you're setting your tag, stream language, you have these content classification labels, politics, drugs, gambling, significant profanity or vulgarity, sexual themes, violent and graphic depictions. How it works is you need to add the tags. You won't get banned or suspended if you don't add them, but you'll get some warnings if you don't correctly label your stream. And then if you get enough warnings, they're going to force the tag on you for a period of time, no matter what. Plenty of people use Twitch as an escape from the real world and don't want to see that content. As with other types of content classification labels, that's totally valid to want to have a place where you can go and disconnect. And Twitch often serves that for many, many people. It's done that for myself many times. So as a viewer, you can actually exclude any labels from your viewing experience. So as an example, if we head over to your settings, you go to content preferences, you can choose to hide content based on their content classification label. So let's say you have kids around your house, so you don't want them finding anything, or you don't want to like even have to like look through that content. You can choose to hide. You probably would hide most of these, so you can choose to do that. You can also blur certain thumbnails too. I don't know why they only have this for sexual themes. Violent and graphic depiction seems like something that you'd probably want to hide from the thumbnail. I don't know. They just went for the sexual themes one, but yeah, you can totally customize your viewing experience if that's something that you want to do. I mean, brands have always been sensitive around that and like a lot of these other different things. So pretty normal to have a way to not advertise around those things. I would say realistically, it's really hard to get caught not doing this. There's a lot of streams. Twitch is not actively looking for people that are messing up. Obviously, if you're a big creator, you are under the spotlight. So it's like something you should do, but it's going to take quite a bit for Twitch to actually enforce something like that. Take that for what you will. I mean, look, I'm always going to be honest with you guys. I'm not encouraging you to like not follow Twitch's guidelines. I'm just being realistic. But again, I don't really significantly focus on that type of content, so I don't even have to worry about it.